Yeah, I think kind of to go off what you're saying, I think we were going to have a great year this year, too. We were just getting into our stride a little bit and starting to find ourselves there towards the end. But, we only lost 2 guys, and the main core of our team's coming back. And like you said, with the group we have coming in and the young guys that we already had that were already contributing, we got a lot to look forward to, and it's going to be really fun. It's something, like you said, I wasn't bitter for too long just because I knew what was ahead of us, and I'm excited.
You mentioned before we went on the air, and not to overlook the fact that on the field it's going to be a heck of a year. Just looking at who's coming back and what you're capable of doing, but you get a chance to play in Old Brait, and if there was a tipping point for me, and I was I may or may not, I think I would looking at Old Brait here.
Yeah, like I told you, that place is unbelievable. Even it doesn't matter where you stand in that whole place, you're in a great spot. And I can tell you this, walking down on the field, it's so much different than Alley P, and I love Alley P to death. Don't get me wrong, I've had so many great memories there, but going over to Old Brait is going to be something special, and it's unbelievable, and I'm just excited that I get to be a part of it.
You haven't been able to do any baseball stuff in Old Brait. Nobody has, and you're waiting on either the preseason or certainly the opening of the season. But we have been able to stand there on the field. What went through your mind when you first looked around? Because it is something else.
A lot. It was just, I know a lot of the work that had to go into even getting that stadium for it to come to life. I know our coaches worked hard, and you look back and all the players that have played here and the teams and what they've done, we wouldn't be able to have something like that if there wasn't a foundation before us. So it was just kind of it was a lucky moment. I just felt fortunate and lucky to be able to be a part of that, but it was just the excitement, the envisioning that place packed in orange all the way around was just, it had me so excited. I had chills, and I was really looking forward to that Friday night against TCU, but, we'll just have to wait for it.
Yeah, the rug pulled a lot of stuff out from under us, no question about that, because of the virus. But, the good thing is it's still there. No, it hadn't gone anywhere, and frankly, it's probably some of the things that were not done are now put back together, and it'll be 100% probably by the time we throw that first pitch. Let's look back at your trail here, if you will. I mean, a state guy. I assume as a kid you went to Reynolds Stadium and watched Oklahoma State a time or two.
A time or two, probably that much, probably 1 or 2 times. I grew up an OU fan my whole life. That's credit to my parents. They both went there. Dad plays football there. Mom cheered there.
Mm-hmm.
And football was probably my number one sport all the way through until probably my junior year of high school. I realized, I think this baseball thing might work out better for me. So I decided to start giving that a little bit more attention. But, my childhood coach, Mike Daniel, obviously played at Oklahoma
really?
State.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, and his son is getting married here in a few weeks. I'm going to be in that wedding. But, I knew what Oklahoma State baseball was about. And, I got to be around Josh for a few years leading up to when it was time to come here. And, I was like, gosh, this is a guy I want to play for. I was like, I just got to find a way to get here. And, that was a big motivator. I wanted to play at Oklahoma State. I wanted to play baseball at Oklahoma State. And, here we are.
What a great guy Mike Daniel is and was when he was here. He's a tremendous catcher. Yeah. And I've known Mike for decades now. And, when we're talking about grown kids, that shows you how both he and I have aged for sure. But I didn't know he was your coach. I didn't know that was the case.
Yeah, so I played sports with his son. I think our first team we played on together was T-ball team out at the Y here in Bixby. We were 3 or 4 years old. So I played football, basketball, and baseball with BD growing up. I mean, all the way through high school, but pretty much. So Mike Mike knew the baseball stuff. Mike is who got me to be a left-handed hitter because I picked up a bat for the first time left-handed, maybe on accident. And he told my dad, he goes, "Hey, make him stay that way." So
it's worked out. I mean, there's no question about that. And Mike, how should I put this? Mike is a great talker. So, I mean, if you don't like to be around somebody who can bend your ear, then you probably don't need to be around Mike Daniel because he
can talk to you.
He can do that for sure.
Yeah.
You 21st round pick by the Cardinals coming out of high school, and who knows what you would have been had this been a normal year. But had you somehow gotten your hopes up as we moved toward the draft? Although you knew there was only 5 rounds, so I guess this is an unfair question. You probably didn't get your hopes up there, probably. But before you started the year.
Yeah, no. So obviously, last year as a junior, I got drafted out of high school. I was like, OSU. Here's the plan. This goes to show that our thoughts, our plans don't always go the way we want them to. The thought was go there for 3 years, get drafted to go play pro ball. And last year as a junior, I had the chance to get drafted, and I told him I just didn't think for what it wasn't enough to get me to go. Like, I'll just come back another year. Not holidays on the stuff. Lots of big help. And so that was the whole reason for coming back. And then this year comes along, and I was like, play this year, have a good year, and get drafted higher.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the whole thought. And then obviously this all happened, and I had a couple teams asking me, if I wanted to do that, the $20,000 free agent sign, and it's nice. It was. I mean, it was obviously something to think about, but I think 2 days, not even 2 days, it was the night of that Josh had us at the field, and he told us, hey, season's over. I'll get you more information. It was not a great day, but I remember texting him that night, and I was like,
wow.
If we get because we didn't know at this point if we had the chance to come back. And I was like, if we all get the chance to come back, that we could be something pretty special next year. And, I've kind of had that in my mind the whole time. I'll graduate next year with 2 degrees, so it'll be worthwhile.
Yeah, if it's worth waiting for, it'll be worth it when you finally comes around for sure.
Really?
Let's kind of go to some current topics now, and today's a good day to have you on because at least it was announced the Tom Holliday's not in the Dodger chain, but the Texas Collegiate League. Tom Holliday's the coach of that team, of which you are a part of, and it's kind of what is it? Kind of Cape Cod South, really? Is that basically what it is? I mean, for all intents and purposes.
I can speak for maybe our team. Our team, maybe yes, that's for sure. That whole staff, obviously, Tom, Mickey, Randy Whistler, all those guys were up there in Chatham last summer with us, and they're great guys to play for. I know some of the guys that are coming down they're great players, but they're some of my favorite teammates that I played with in the summer. So we should have a pretty good team, and it's going to be fun. It gives people something to go and watch and look forward to, I think.
Tom, before this came out, we discussed the possibility of this, and I think even going up to the Cape when that was still a possibility, and obviously it didn't turn out that way, he was of the ilk that he was going to try you in center field and not so much just stick you in right field.
Yeah.
Has he discussed that, or did you even get a little of that last year?
Not so much. So I played through high school, and I think I've maybe played center 3 games that I went through. So not much, but it's a position to me that's it's not hard to go over and pick up, I think, in my opinion, just because you get to be like a free safety.
Yeah.
But last year it wasn't. Last year wasn't much of a thought because Caden Trinkle, obviously, that kid can fly, and there was no reason in putting me in center field when I could just stay over and right do my thing, try to throw people out, and let him roam center field.
Has Tom talked to you at all about that, or are we still in the early stages of this?
I think we're still in the early stages of it, but it won't shock me if you ask, and I'd love to do it. I love playing center field. So,
what's your feelings of playing in this league? I mean, it should be a competitive, whatever it is, 30 games. I think that's what it is. You begin on the 30th, I believe, of June, and you travel around to some AA ballparks and probably will see some pretty good collegiate players. But what's your feeling of actually now? I know you're going to say, hey, Tom, what, are you kidding me? I get a chance to play, right? Yeah. Other than that, though, what's your feeling about being on this team?
It's cool. I've always thought like the idea of playing soccer ball around home would be a great idea, but there's already some well-established leagues. But now that it's happening, I get to stay at home. My family gets to come and watch, and that's a big thing for me. It's super exciting. I feel like we're kind of some of the first people out doing something. The fact that we're getting to do it in Tulsa is cool. I'm super excited about it. When he called, it was no hesitation.
And you get a chance to play in a heck of a stadium on top of that.
Absolutely. And, summer ball, I won't lie to you, you play those long seasons at LSU, and summer ball isn't always the most intriguing thing on your mind. You're like, I want to go. But you go and do it anyways. But I'm super excited for this. I wish it was starting here sooner, but it's going to be cool. I'm excited. I get to play with some guys that I played with in the past, and I can play for TH again. He was fun to play for last summer, so I'm looking forward to it.
Like any summer league, like any summer ball, most guys want to come back to Stillwater with an improvement in some area. Is there, other than just getting back on the field, but what area would you like to bring back to Stillwater that you kind of honed well playing in this league?
I would like to definitely just build off of what I ended with Oklahoma State this past season. So I got in a good spot there in those last 3-4 games with my swing. I would like to pick that up as fast as possible when we go here and obviously refine it, kind of fine-tune it, and take that back to school, and we'll start scrimmaging again so we don't have to go backwards at all.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be – is it asking a lot of you guys who have been working out on your own? And I don't even know when you report for this team, but, I mean, it can't be too late, much later, because you're going to start playing. Is it too much to ask? You're going to just jump right back into it again?
I don't think so. I mean, for me, I've stayed in relatively pretty good shape, I'd say, just physically and then my baseball side of me as well. So I'm not too worried about it. It's going to be a little slow at first because it's been a while for guys, since guys have stepped in the box. But I don't think it's too much to ask for as long as you have taken care of yourself during all this time off. I think it'll be fine. You've
had the Bedlam experience, and I'll go back to ONEOK again. I mean, that's a pretty big-time park to be calling your home park and be able to use some of those facilities. That's got to be a perk in itself.
Absolutely. ONEOK's one of the nicest places I've played at since being in school, and I've gotten to play at some really cool places, but ONEOK is definitely top 5 nicest parks I've played in, and the fact that we'll be able to use the facilities is something that you don't always get in summer ball. You go some places that don't even have a batting cage, so that's really nice, and it's nice of them. Really appreciative of the drillers for even doing this and then getting an opportunity to go out and play for them.
I have and I stay in close contact with Cobb and Teal and Walton, and those guys had their own challenge during this, and maybe they're getting ready to go back to work here. We'll find that out shortly, but trying to stay in shape. Other than what have you been able to do? Not necessarily running, but how much have you been able to go against live pitching? What's kept you sharp here during this stretch of 2 months?
In terms of baseball stuff, other than just playing catch with someone, and doing like batting cage work. Not a whole lot. I've stood in on a few bullpens here and there whenever you can find them, but not a whole lot, to be honest with you. It's been kind of difficult, and everyone's on their own schedule, so yeah, really not a whole lot in terms of the baseball stuff.
Let's put you. Go ahead.
Side of things.
Let's put your Oklahoma State hat back on. What kind of off season, so to speak, has it been? Knowing you're not here, you've got long distance learning, you got classroom stuff. I assume you had meetings with the coaches, Josh and the others. Has that been part of your schedule?
Yeah, a lot of mainly while school was still going on, and now because I just started some summer classes. School's a big part of it, staying on top of it, but meetings were every now and then. Josh didn't want to give us any hope or information on things that he didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's no sense in him telling us something if he doesn't have an answer for it. So they provided us with information that they could give us and they knew was accurate, and we could just kind of went from there. They kept up with us from time to time, making sure we were staying on top of our schoolwork and had access to workout facilities or workout equipment, whether you were at home or not. So, it's been different. It's been hard for everyone because at school with our coaching staff, they're very involved with us, and every day is it's fun time every day over there. And I think it's been hurting them just as much as it has been us, not being able to go to the field every day and get to play the sport we love and just hang out and be around each other.
What's it been like having Holiday Ventura on the same staff?
It's awesome.
As in Matt, of course.
That's about as plain as I can put it. No, it was just kind of like already. I mean, we already went into the season. Everyone's like, "Hey, you guys got Matt Holiday? Like, that's awesome." And I mean, we're like, "Yeah, we got Matt Holiday. Like, no one else has this type of like coaching available to him in college." And then over winter break, or whenever it was winter break, rumors started going around that Robin Ventura was coming back to take some classes, and he was going to be a student coach. And I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" And sure enough, it came through. And gosh, I love being around those guys. They have so much knowledge of the game. I mean, you could talk to them for hours every single day and learn something new. So it's been incredible and exciting. It's something Oklahoma State baseball players are very fortunate to have, because most schools, if not all schools other than us, don't have that available to them.
You were up front with me. It wasn't on an interview we did on the air, but I think it was during batting practice one game. That one thing you wanted to get under control this year were strikeouts. And I could tell from your voice that bugged you more than anything. Did you work on anything specifically with these guys, or did you cut your swing down? Because you did over the first 18 games, you cut them down dramatically.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say it was anything dramatic, which is sometimes like necessary. You don't always have to do a dramatic change to get the results you want. And I think they let me be comfortable. They told me to get comfortable, and I got in that position where I was like, okay, if this is where I feel good. And they just told me to go from there. And, there were a few things here and there that they would point out, like just keeping my hands still, or forget about your mechanics, just hit the ball hard. Sometimes that's simple, and it helped me out a lot. It took a lot of thinking out of it for me, which has been part of my struggle in the past, is that I'd go in there thinking about a million different things other than, hey, this guy's about to throw a strike, let's get a good swing off on it. So, they helped me a lot with that. I think they slowed the game down for me. You know what?
That's who they are. I mean, that's exactly who they are. There's nothing. That's the way they played, and that's why they were successful. Hey, before we cut you loose, I appreciate you taking time here. I probably could be out, maybe running 5 miles or something. I'll tell Josh. If you need an excuse that you didn't run, you can use me as the excuse. But
sounds good.
But When do you know when you guys are going to report to the drillers? I mean, I guess it's you and Hewitt and Osmond and who am I leaving out?
Is it Morrill?
Yeah, Huey, and yourself.
Huey.
Yeah.
I wish I could give you an answer, but to be honest with you, I don't even know. I was actually, before I called, I was filling out my little contract I have to do for him. But from what I've heard, obviously first game is the 30th. We might try to sneak some practices in starting on the 20th, but that'll obviously just depend on when guys get in, because I know a couple of my buddies from USC are coming out, and then another buddy from he's out in North Carolina. He's at UNC Wilmington. Is coming out, so it'll just depend on when guys get here, but we'll definitely have to have something before the 30th for sure, because that'd be tough to just go out there. Hey, here's day one, game one. Good luck.
Yeah.
It'll be sometime here. I would give it not even a week. We'll probably meet up or have some sort of meeting.
Well, I appreciate your time. Good to catch up with you. It sounds like you're ready for another exciting chapter, and that book is going to continue to be written when you get back here in September, and you go back again for another go with the Oklahoma State part of the story, which ought to be something else again. But best of luck this summer. Maybe we'll sneak over there and try to see some games and see what you guys are doing. But have yourself a good, whatever it is, 30 days of baseball and 33 days or whatever it is that you got. But it ought to be a lot of fun, I would think.
No, it'll be awesome, and thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey, anytime, and we appreciate it. Best of luck. We'll catch up with you when you get back here. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Cade Cabbiness.